Oh, hello. No, I did not get the battery packs removed, unfortunately. It's just the motor. Nothing to be afraid of. Where's the hole? Thank you. A lot of concentration goes into that bead. I wonder if my screwdriver actually works today. Oh, it works. Let's give it a try. What are you using? Oh, the flow? Where did I put my mallet? A lot of rust on that axle. Flip it over. Hello, baby gravy. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna donate it to myself until it goes on fire, I guess. If it goes on fire. Unfortunately, I'm not a big enough YouTuber to get free wheels, so until I get to that point, I'm gonna have to break my bank. Sorry? Yeah, zip ties in the motor are actually fairly common. A lot of EUCs, I should almost say all of them, have zip ties in the motor to hold down the phase wires and hall sensor cables. Sometimes the zip ties do break, and then customers will complain about a little rattling noise in their motor. And then I open up the motor cover, and it's just a broken zip tie chilling out. So the battery packs are watertight enough themselves, and the the battery packs are fully sealed. They silicone and heat shrink it, so I'm not too concerned. It's gonna take a bit of concentration, so I can't look at the comments right now. Are you holding your breath on behalf of me? It's the most intense part of this live stream. Just putting the bead down of silicone. Breathe, Christine, breathe. You're just holding a camera.
Don't make me laugh.
Now you're making me laugh.
Stop laughing.
Oh, breathe. Well, it was actually pretty waterproof though, EUC vibes. We did ride it in the lake, and I did dunk it for an extended period of time, so that's probably the most stress testing this wheel will ever get. After I rebuild it, it's probably going to end up in my frunk, and I'll use it whenever I'm lazy and need to go Home Depot to get more silicone. Is there a new comment? Do I hear a fly? Okay. Whew. The motor is quite nice. It's quite well put together. Excuse the loud banging. Pretty good.
Why are you doing that?
Just trying to seat the bearing back into the slot. Because when we pulled it out, it pulled the bearing out. So just throwing that back in there. Maybe I should have muted the mic when I did that. For casual riding, because it's almost 16 inches, it actually holds up really well. It's not as jarring as the old MCM5 or even the M10 or 4. That's why I think this is a really good beginner's wheel, as well as a very good casual, just, you know, ride to the supermarket or kind of leave in your car. This is definitely a wheel that I'm going to kind of keep in my arsenal here. I think the A2 is actually going to be a severely popular wheel, just for those times that you need just a small wheel to go around. My coworker actually gave me a look, and it was the "you're so lazy" look, because I was in my office prior to the teardown, and I needed to go to the bathroom, and so I rode the wheel into the bathroom. Yeah, without a trolley handle, but then when you go to a supermarket, I would just pick it up and stick it in the cart, because it's only 40 pounds, and it sits really nice in a cart. So that's what I would do. I don't know if I'd need to trolley it around, which is technically a better thing. If you ride an S18 to the market and you're trying to push a cart and a trolley a wheel, then it's a little bit more to do. Like an M10-4 or an A2 in a shopping trolley doesn't take up too much space. Can you mute my mic for me, Christine, while I do this hammering? Actually, I can mute it. Yeah, the only thing with the M10-4 is it's actually very twitchy, and then being such a small diameter, it doesn't really absorb bumps at all. And so you're doing a lot of knee work and jittery work. And then also, because the wheel is so low, it's a very ankle wheel. So getting on and off can kind of be uncomfortable because it puts pressure in the wrong areas. Now, which way is the motor cable facing up? I want to shop like you. You mean like the EX30 short of me in Costco? Yeah, I mean, either way, you're not going too fast, so bump absorption doesn't become as big of a deal. Oh, I forgot to mute my mic again, sorry. Thank you for the support, Chris. Yeah, definitely for that price. Like you're competing with a V10F, you're competing with that middle market of wheel. I think this is going to be a real unsung hero of. Oh, did I mount it the wrong way? The tire is now mounted the wrong way. I guess I got to do a tire change then. Does it really matter? Doesn't seem that directional. Nah, I think you're gonna live with it. I'm just gonna mount it. There's a direction on the tire, but if you look at the tread pattern, it barely looks like there's even a direction at all. So I think I'm just going to install the wheel back and not worry about it. Because of the lack of over-programming and engineering. Not so much the lack of that. I think it's the fact that it's, I would say, rain-proof. So you don't have to worry about rain, whereas the V10F and the V8F are not the best in the rain. I mean, to be honest, they're not the worst either. But it's more so just the fact that you're getting a decent performance wheel. I mean, performance with asterisks for a really good price. And in terms of the frame rigidity, you don't have to worry too much. I mean, the wheel just overall just works really well. So to me, that's really good value already. And I think, don't quote me on this because I'm not a salesperson, but I think that the battery size being 750 is bigger than a V10F. I could definitely be wrong on that one because I don't sell wheels. Add to that Begode is my master, so. Christine, can you look up how big the battery size is on a V10F? I'm curious now. Yeah, V10F battery. Yeah, V10F. Yeah, capacity. Sorry? Oh, the V10F is bigger battery. Okay, yeah, slightly bigger. So, yeah, I mean, if you need that little bit of range, then maybe. But I still think that this is a very good value. 650. I think the V10 is 650, and maybe the V10F is bigger. Yeah, I think the V10F has a slightly bigger battery. But the thing is, with the wider tire that this has, it makes riding it for extended periods of time way better than if you were to ride a V10 for extended periods of time. Yeah, I think that's rust coming out. You can show two things. Actually, this is something I don't like, but so this is just the. Oh, why is it upside down?
I'm not sure. Why did it go upside down?
Technical difficulties. Maybe it's your anti-rotate on your phone. The auto-rotate stuff. Alright. This crusty stuff down here is just what's coming out of the shell, but that was what we saw yesterday. the thing that I do want to point out is like the holes for where the bolts attached to the pedal hanger, they're machined quite large. So even if your motor bolt, I mean your pedal hanger bolts are a little bit loose, there's a little bit of play here. That's not the greatest. If you can see that. But I think if you keep your bolts tight, or maybe I'll add some Loctite to make sure that they don't get loose, then you shouldn't have an issue. Oh, it's blue Loctite. I thought it was red. Yeah, there's always room for improvement. This is a very early production unit, so ooh, that was a bit much. But I think overall this will be really good value. I think you probably just hold the camera.
Is it full screen or no?
No, not yet full screen. I'll figure that out one day. Okay. Gonna mute my mic. I just noticed that light's not on. There you go. It's a little bit different. The tread pattern doesn't have this is very similar to the M10-4, and I would say kind of similar to the T4 tire. The Shinko 244 is a really good off-road tire, But the other thing too that a lot of people don't look at is the rounded profile. So the S22 stock tire, the JLR tires are really flat profile, which makes it really good and easy to ride in a straight line. But when you start to do more aggressive turns, the amount of angle that you have to lean the wheel is a bit excessive, which results in some people low siding the wheel as you run off the edge of the tread. With the Shinko 244, it's a much rounder profile, so then you can lean less but get the same amount of turning. Some riders prefer knobby over street at high speeds. I don't think all knobbies can be lumped up together. I mean, there are some knobbies that are really good. I will say that I like knobbies because of the sound it makes. Because then you get that little like tire F1 kind of sound. But I mean, so I'm not a pure street rider. I do a lot of trail riding and I enjoy trail riding, so I always lean towards more hybrid tires. Okay, golden. Yeah, all the knobby tires make really great sounds. And plus I kind of like the extra feedback sometimes because it kind of tells you with audio feedback how fast you're going without having to look down your speedometer. When I'm riding the Commander Mini with the street tire, a lot of times I have to look down at the screen to know roughly how fast I'm going because human beings are very terrible at speed judgment. Yeah, the stock S22 was really soft compound, which gave it good grip, but it does wear out really fast. The other thing too is like compared to the M10-4, if you were to take the whole M10-4 and do a tire change, as a technician, I'm going to have to peel off those pads, and then you're going to have to re-stick those pads or add more adhesive or replace the adhesive, so it's actually more work for us. With the A2 pads, because they're all just screwed into place and it holds it down really well because there's a metal plate embedded within the foam, I much prefer this design. Oh.
See,
See you in a bit, Chris. I will be here as long as it takes me to rebuild this wheel. And I just learned another lesson. I over tightened these screws on the taillight and the acrylic just cracked. So just be careful when you're putting your taillight back in. Right here, you can see the cracks.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I just cracked all 4. Yeah. Not the end of the world, but just annoying.
All 4?
Yeah, I cracked all 4. This is why I tear down my own wheels, so that when I work on other people's wheels, I don't break them. Learn all my lessons on my own wheels. Can you even see it on camera? I don't think so. Here, let me use my flashlight. Can you see it? Right there? I mean, rarely are you ever going to remove the taillight, but it's good to know. Oh. After all that Karen's been through, you definitely should take her for a ride. It's been an eventful year for Karen. If Karen was a human being with all the surgery you've done on her, she'd basically be a cyborg at this point in time. Yeah, I guess we'll do a tire change. But I mean, with the tire change, I don't think I need to... Yeah, I mean, I won't need to remove the taillight, so the taillight's the worst one. But yeah, I'll have to make another video for a tire change. This is probably pretty high on that list of wheels that I don't want a tire change. Okay. Now everything's prepped. Time to throw the control board in. Make sure there's no more water. Left it for a day or so to dry. It might. I wouldn't doubt it. Luckily it's non-critical, so. Where are the screw holes? Oh, nice. No, it's not too bad at all. Just have to be careful. What are we at? Like, how much time are we at? 30 minutes? I mean, resealing the motor doesn't take much time. Doesn't want to go in. I really do like this rubber seal that they put on here, though. I think more EUC manufacturers should do this. And this one fits in that channel really well, unlike the T4 one that was really hard to position. Each of these cables have cut out circles in them, so it's quite well done. This cable is a bit stubborn. No reason at all. It just happenstance. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I'm too lazy to fix the tire now. The magnets for Begode are not two directional, not like the Leaperkin ones that have the extra space where the Hall sensor is. So well. Do some wire management. Let's go here. Wow, such a tight. Maybe this will turn out to similar to the T4 debacle, where it's very hard to place these rubber seal. I think what I should do is loosen that. There's one more cable. See you later, Karen. I mean, not Karen. Dawn. I meant Dawn. I'm gonna put my Yeah, I'm fine. Just drop that screwdriver again. The wires need removed for a simple tire change. Unfortunately, the way it looks like, the answer to that should be yes. Which is also the reason why I was kind of balking when Christine was like, oh, you gotta take it apart again to do a tire change. But I guess that's inevitable. To be fair though, David, like you're gonna be riding this wheel probably very limited mileage. So the frequency of tire change won't be that bad, I think. Okay. Okay, I won't stand up. Let me put, oh, where did my orange screwdriver go? Oh, it's down here. You want to take a quick detail shot from this side? So going back to David's question, the motor cable comes out of the shell here, routes up and into this hole, into the control board case. So if you need to drop the tire, in order to get the tire out so you can work on it, I would say most likely you have to remove the pedal hangers, but I don't think there's enough slack in this cable for you to actually get be able to maneuver a tire and do a tire change. So in that scenario, I would say Maybe you don't have to remove it from the rubber. Maybe you can pull out as much slack as you can and try to work at it. But doing a full tire change without removing the control board top cover, I don't think is a possibility based on what I see right now. Should probably test it first. It's a moment of truth. Oh, it's rubbing the top of the shell. Which means that you don't want it to be tensioned all the way up. Yeah, it's like really close to the headlight too.
Yeah.
So when you're putting it back together, that tensioning screw shouldn't be so high, or else you end up with rubbing issues. I guess I need to loosen the pedal hangers.
This one?
Yeah, because that will, the further that pushes up, it drops the shell lower onto the tire. So if that, on that channel, if that's too high up, then it rubs the top of the shell. Let's see if I can recover this. I wonder why they designed it with that tensioning screw. If you step on the pedals, it's gonna go up. I wonder. That's a head scratcher for sure. Or maybe, let me see. Maybe what they want you to do is to tighten it and then use that as a last resort. So let me remove. Okay, just enough slack. Hmm?
Still pretty close.
Yeah, still pretty close.
But this one you can tilt, right?
The headlight you can tilt, yeah. There's a little bit of adjustment in the headlights. Okay. Yeah, it's as far as I can bring it down. I'm not too sure. I gotta figure out what's going on. I might just have to shave the tire. Hmm? Yeah, I think this wheel for wet weather riding is perfect. I think that's what it's really made for, is to be able to ride, like as a commuter wheel, to be able to ride to and from work without having to worry about any rain or any damage to the motor. I think this is what it's made for. Just don't dunk it in water like we did for an hour. Oh, interesting. So they put extra holes on the pedal hangers, but there's actually a taller setting. Yeah, I'll lift it up. So I need to unscrew those two as well. Back and forth, learning. What was that, Christine? What is it? Okay. I mean, to be very fair though, even your Sherman Max, if you put some 3M tape or packing tape on top of your display, it's pretty good in water. Oh no, usually adjustment period comes mainly from people going to bigger wheels. When you go to a smaller wheel like this, especially because it's not an ankle wheel, the height of the pad is just below my knee and I'm what, 5'9.5" maybe. There should be not much adjustment period. I mean, the Sherman and Sherman Max, the wheel bearings were not that bad in the rain, but I can definitely understand that you wouldn't want to do it. I think the A2 is, like for me, the A2 is going to be the perfect commuting wheel. Perfect put in my front kind of last mile wheel. If I'm going traveling, bring it along. You can ride around the city. I think it's perfect for those type of situations. And then, especially we live up here in Vancouver, it rains probably, I don't know, more than 50% of the year. So instead of riding my Master Pro or any other wheel, at least I can take this around year long without having to worry too much. Maybe it's there. Center Phillips. I think it's yeah, it is. It's actually a really, really good value. So that's why I think that this wheel will turn out to be a underdog of 2023. Because for the price point, it's a really good beginner wheel, but it's also really good for people who want that extra rain-proof wheel. Oops. Oh, it's not going in. $1,800 in Australia. Is that Australian dollars? Is it similar to Canadian dollars? I think Begode actually hit it out of the park with the price point on this wheel. I can't say the same about that S19 that's going to come out at shy of $4,000.
Is our screen blinking? I think our screen is blinking.
What do you mean blinking? Like buffering? Looks like my tool's slowly dying. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've seen a lot of in-motion S1Fs, and they're not the best in rain either. I've seen a couple with bad bearings as well. So the S1F is not immune to rain either. Just something to keep in mind. Looking good. The end is near. Yeah, it's fairly simple relative to EUC for sure. There are also some pretty nice scooters in the market too that one day I'd probably review. The only thing with the S1 is that I've seen, I mean, this could also be abuse related, but I've seen a couple where the rear suspension breaks. So if anybody ever double rides the scooter, there's a very high chance of that breaking. Yeah, good bearings make a world of difference. Why won't these screws go in? There you go. Yeah, I mean, if you use the S1 for its intended purpose, it's a great scooter. But I've just seen a lot of delivery drivers, as well as people who suspiciously may have double ridden, so like two people on one scooter. And when you do that, the pins in the suspension don't hold up there very well. So I mean, it's no fault of InMotion because the riders are not using it for its designed intentions, but just something that I noticed. We actually don't have them here, so I haven't seen one yet. But I was curious about the Kingsong scooters because they always post on Facebook. I've just never seen one in person. There you go. Let's see. Oh, I still have to put the pedals on. Okay, pedals time. Oh yeah? Yeah, the other thing too in the scooter market is kind of interesting is that a lot of scooter makers have created really good budget scooters, and others have created really good super high performance scooters like the GT2 and the RS. But I've always felt that there's a missing market halfway in between there that is kind of unloved, where you have a little bit of performance but not too crazy, but on an affordable scale. Oh shoot, I forgot to mute the mic. Sorry if that was really loud. Like that. Yeah, I'd have to see one in person, but factory tours are also very curated by the manufacturer, so I don't really trust factory tours. And that's one of the beauties of why I wanted to do live stream, is because there's a lot of teardowns out there, but they may be somewhat curated by retailers or maybe to pass a certain message on. But when you do a live stream teardown, I can't hide anything from you. So if I break the taillight, I'm going to tell you I broke the taillight. If I'm having issues with aligning the tire or the way the pedal hangers work, you'll see it. There's nothing I can really hide from you. And I think that's really important, especially for this growing industry. And that's the end. Sounds good. Do you have a link or something that I could definitely take a look at? Or should I just Google Apollo Pro factory tour? Size comparison with the Commander Mini. Yes, you can. Let me just grab the Commander Mini because it's in the other room. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, size comparison. Sorry? No, I can just put them side by side. Just like this. There you go. So I mean the Commander Mini, sorry, is actually a really tall wheel. So I put my foot on it. You can see that it's right above like right below my knee line here. The A2 is lower, but it's not uncomfortable because of the fact that it's sitting right on the meat of my calf. So nothing's really digging into the bone or the shin. So it's a really perfect wheel to kind of just jump on and ride one-footed, or jump on and, you know, go for a quick punt. Yeah, the A2 is a really good upgrade to an M10 III. I have no problem, no doubts about that one. It'll be way easier to ride than an M10 III for sure. Commander Mini from, I mean, yesterday I actually took the Commander Mini on a group ride here in Vancouver, and there was actually an EXN rider who tested out the Commander Mini, and he really thought that it was like a mini EXN with suspension. Especially with the street tire, it rides really, really well. Oh, that's fine. I can always look it up on YouTube. I'll just search it. I mean, it goes really fast and has a lot of torque. I already told Begode that I have it to be more responsive. It's a little bit not as responsive as I'd like it to be. Just throw both of these wheels on the stand here. Yeah, just do a kickstand. Are they settled on that? No, so you actually have a choice. You can either get the street tire, or you can get the knobby tire. The knobby tire would be the same as what's on the Patent or the T4. The main fizz, what was it? Got a fizz main in the chat. I don't know. Price difference between which two? The EXN and the Commander Mini, or the A2? I wonder if this can actually sit in the hole. Nope, guess not. I feel like the stand is gonna break. A2 and the Mini. I think the A2 will probably be just shy of $2,000 Canadian. Somewhere around there, like $1,750 to $2,000. I mean, I don't sell them, so I don't really know what the retail price is. The Mini, I think will be just shy of the $4,000 mark. I think it'll be, I would guess, probably $300, $400, or $500 cheaper than the Patent, which is a really good value. So it's actually funny because the Commander Mini actually has a headlight that most people have never seen before. Yeah, we were riding yesterday. It kind of looks like a broom head because it has an amber section. See if I can put it on the screen here. Give me a second here. I gotta turn it on. Okay. Oh, you can't really see it. Can you see that or no? Oh, you can kind of see it. You can turn off the lights if you want. So you can see how the lower section has this yellow amber and the top section has this white. When you're riding at night, it'll, of course, like with same to all the Begode wheels, it gets brighter when you start riding. But it actually shines a little bit of a broomstick because of the forward to far. So the section closer to you is yellow, so it looks like the broom head. And then the white looks like the bristles on the broom. Now, what I really like about it is they have a really strong cutoff, so it doesn't blind anyone. So you can see how that top line is super sharp, and therefore you're not going to be blinding pedestrians or other cars or other roadway users, but still have really, really good light output for the road. Unstable. No, I don't think that the A2 is unstable. I think it's actually pretty good. I mean, of course, if you're expecting it to be as stable as, let's say, a Master Pro or some other bigger wheel, it's not going to be comparable to that just because it is a smaller wheel. Ooh, almost dropped it. But I think for a 16-inch wheel, unbalanced. You mean like front to back unbalanced? So when I was riding it yesterday, I would say that the cutoff line is there. There is some light leakage on the ground. But if you're going at speed, I would say on a flat level ground, probably 4 feet from the wheel is kind of dark, and that's kind of where the yellow light shows up. I mean, unbalanced could also be the tire pressure, so depending on what tire pressure they're running. Yesterday we took a look at our tire pressure, and it seemed to be around 25 PSI. Everyone that has test ridden it hasn't mentioned any sort of unbalanced or hard to ride aspect. It actually, they say the opposite, where it's very natural and easy to get on. And that comes from experienced riders all the way to novice riders. So I've let probably 15 people or so try this wheel, and not one of them has complained of that. I'm gonna turn it on in the stand, that's smart. Are the pads the same softness on these wheels? So the A2 has like the perfect amount of pad, I would say. For the type of wheel that it is, I would not wish for more or less. The Commander Mini, surprisingly, although it doesn't look very ergonomic, it actually operates quite well. I'll say that on the front pad here, there maybe is not enough angle, so you can find that you can't lean as hard as you'd want to, but the wheel does have a lot of torque, so you may not need to lean so much. In terms of like the softness of them, I think the A2 is a little bit softer. Like this pad on the A2 is a really, really well done pad. Sounds good. Yeah, no, we're very new to this. This is just the first test, and even today's live stream wasn't planned. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to put back the wheel, and we're going to turn on this live stream to see what people want. I'm going to have to learn how to do all those things because I have no clue. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If you like the channel, I would say like you can share it with your friends and get your friends to subscribe. The more people I can help, the better. But next Saturday will be the Commander Mini Teardown. So yeah, if you want to see what this wheel looks like, it's gonna for sure have a lot more parts to it. This one was fairly straightforward. But if you have any questions, then you can kind of ask them off the cuff, and I can do my best to look into the aspects that you're interested in. Based on when I assembled it, it was okay. There's a couple concerns that I'll mention, but I also didn't take apart the motor when I assembled it. So when we disassemble it, it will be the first for me as well. So it'll be very off the cuff and unplanned. But I think, what time is it? It's already 6 o'clock. We probably need to go soon. So if there's any last minute questions, just let us know. Otherwise, we'll be ending the stream here. The Sherman Max is a really great wheel. It's a really well executed iteration of the Sherman lineup. And it's very straightforward, so it's definitely a good wheel. Again, what people don't realize, if you buy a suspension wheel, yes, you save your knees, but you do end up with more maintenance and reliability. Or maybe not reliability, but more maintenance. So you kind of have to keep it running. I guess I'll call that the end. And we'll pack up. Yeah, no, it's definitely non-suspension is good for people who are starting out. I think a lot of the people who are starting out now are kind of spoiled in that way. Because it is good habit to learn on a non-suspension wheel just in case you hit a bump that happens to be bigger than your suspension travel. Yeah, see you next time. Have a good day. Ride safe. Give this a good bear hug. It'd be like, why didn't you grunt? But you grunt when you took down the A2.
I pressed the wrong button.
What happened? Oh, it's flashing now? That's okay. We'll fix it later.